So one of the most common questions that I get is actually, how do I plan as a new agent or even as an experienced agent? How do I plan for my production? So what do I need to do? How much do I need to, how many calls do I need to make? How many people do I need to talk to in order to earn the amount of money that I want to earn as a professional? So what we went ahead and did is we went ahead and put together a spreadsheet so that you guys can go ahead and put those numbers in. We do the math for you to make that a little bit easier, that planning process for you. This is based on a 12-month year, so you can use it. You can customize it specific to your market. You guys can click around in it. It's not going to hurt anything. The cells that you want to use, you can't hurt anything with here. So just give me 1 second and we will go ahead and open this up. And what you guys are looking at right now is this is what we use as a take-home commission planner. So when you guys are starting out your year or when you're planning for your year, what I want you to do is figure out how much money do I want to make? How much do I want to take home and put in my pocket at the end of the year? So if you want to start and you want to take home $75,000, plug in 75,000. So that's your target take home commission. So that's how much you want to make personally. And when we look at average deal size, what we're really talking about is what's specific to your market. What is it that within your specific market that is kind of an average deal? Even within your market, if your market segment that you want to participate in and target is unique to your market, let's say you want to target luxury homes. If an average deal size is 300,000 in your market, but you're doing luxury, your average price, deal size isn't going to be 300, it might be 800. Or if you're doing a lot of land sales, rather than 300, you might be 100. Make sure that whatever this number is, it's an average for the deal size that you specifically do. And if you're not sure about that, talk to your broker, talk to some experienced agents so that you can get an idea of what this is for you. But for argument's sake, let's just call this 300,000 and same commission rate, make this for you what you actually think that you're going to earn on an average commission across the course of the year. For the purpose of this exercise, we're going to use 3%. Same with brokerage split. This is what you specifically earn based on the deal that you have with your broker. So we're going to say that, we as an agent earn 80%, 80. And in terms of fees, this is what you pay your broker over the course of a year. So if you owe your broker for E&O insurance, for the use of the copy machine, desk fees, whatever it is, just kind of sketch down on a pad, whatever that number is, and just kind of type that in here for the 12-month period that you're going to be working with. So let's just say that that's $5,000. If it's 1,000, if it's 0, doesn't matter. Plug it in. And here we have, I just want to give you guys a quick demo of the impact that your expenses actually make. So with no expenses factored in, to make 75 grand on an average deal of 300,000 with an average commission of 3%, all those other factors, you're looking at roughly 3.3 million in total sales. So that's selling $3.3 million of actual real estate. So that means you're going to do around 11 deals at 7,200 in gross commission per deal. But we all know that you're not going to do this and you're not going to have any expenses. We're all independent contractors, at least most of us are. So if you're here, you're going to be an independent contractor. We know that we spend money in order to make money. So I want you guys to factor in what you're putting out of your pocket in order to earn money. So you know that you need to advertise your listings. You need to advertise yourself. So make sure that you factor in something within your marketing budget. Let's just say that you target 10% to go through and do the deals that you do. And you want to make sure that you have something for your administrative costs. That could be the cost that you pay to your accountant. It could be attorney's fees. It could be paper and pencils, printers, printer ink, whatever it is that you pay for in terms of that just kind of back office stuff. Make sure that you plug that in here so that you have that cost accounted for. And of course, our big one is always tax. How much are we going to pay the IRS at the end of the year in our state, local government? I strongly recommend that you go through and talk to your accountant, your CPA. to make sure that you get a really good estimate here. But whatever that estimate is, plug it in, make sure that you account for it because it does make a big difference. And as you can see, once we go through and plug this in, we're up to 30, 40%. And now instead of 3.3, we're now looking at having to sell 5.4 million to make that same 75,000. So expenses do make a difference. They are important. Make certain that when you're planning for the year that you factor in expenses. It makes a really big deal, guys. And now the big part of this is figuring out how much work do we need to do? How much work should we plan for in order to reach our goal? So for us, we want to figure out, ultimately, this is a relationship business. So how do we nurture those relationships? How many people do we need to talk to? And you're not really sure what to do. You want to talk to experienced agents. And frankly, you may want to plan a little bit high here. But let's just say that you need to talk to 20 people in order to book one appointment. That means that you're going on an appointment with a buyer or you're going on a listing appointment, but you are physically meeting with that potential client. And out of those appointments, when you walk in the door and you shake their hand for the first time, or you meet them at a house, how many of those end up at the end of the year as a closed deal? You get a check in your hand. And just to keep the math simple, let's go with 20%. This is going to work backwards and help you figure out how many times do I need to contact somebody. And when you look at that estimated contacts, it's a really big number over a 12-month period, right? We're looking at 1,800 times I need to contact somebody. Big number. It can be a little intimidating when you first look at that, but as we start to break it down, nobody works 360 days a year. I do not recommend you put 365 working days in here. You're going to set yourself up for failure. Your kids are going to get sick, your spouse is going to get sick, you're going to get sick, you're going to want to take a couple of days off, or you're going to burn out. Whatever that is, 260 is kind of a standard work week. Working days in a year. You guys may want to factor in a little bit more because you're self-employed, so maybe yours is 300. But as you can see, it doesn't actually make that much of a difference when you're talking about the actual contact days. So you may actually want to keep this at 260 and just kind of figure this being, you're making contacts 260 days a year. So that's 5 working days with a couple weeks off for vacation. But you may still be doing appointments, on the weekends, those types of things, but you're not reaching out, making phone calls, shaking hands, that type of thing. But when you're really breaking that down, that means you're only really talking to 7 people a day. And you're trying to go on, 2.5 appointments per week. That feels like a much more attainable goal. And that's why we want to break these out into making it a more attainable piecemeal size number, because breaking that down into an individual attainable goal makes us feel much more realistic. So I hope this is useful. This document will actually be up on our group Facebook page. So that is for real estate professionals. It's on Facebook, and this will be in the file section. You can find the link in our YouTube page. So I hope this was useful for you guys. If you have questions, comments, feedback, we welcome it, and let us know what else other content you find useful. Hope you have a great day.